Hello guys, welcome to UNC virtual class. I am Pragalin Sahu, lecturer of Computer Science departments. Today I am going to discuss one of very important part of the microprocessor topic, that's your MU0 simple processor instruction format. So here is a table of content which I will discuss in today's class one by one. So now to start the initial concept, what is MU0 simple processor instruction format? Generally the MU0 Manchester University zeroth machines, one type of 16-bit machines of 12-bit address space, and this simple processor already I have to explain on previous class what is processors. Generally the MU0 simple processors to be normally built up by using some basic components. And what are the components? The first components, that's your PC. PC means that's program counter, one type of registers that to be holds the address of the current instructions. Then now goes to the second components, that's your accumulators. The accumulator also one type of registers that to be holds one data value while that is working offense. And now that to be contains another types of basic components, that's your ALU. Generally the ALU to be provides different types of operation you have to perform, like your binary additions, binary subtractions, multiplications, increment, decrement, and also you have to performing some logical operations like your logical AND, logical NOR and logical NOT, etc. That's your ALU. And also the MU0 processor to be consisting another types of basic components, that's your instruction registers. The instruction register also one type of registers that to be holds the current instructions while it is to be executed. And another one last very important basic components, that's your instruction decoding and control logic, that all to be employs above the components, how all over the data that to be efficiently executed and provides the desired outcomes and accuracy formats. Then the last one is the instructions decoding and control instructions. So now goes to the next parts, that's your instruction set design. Instruction set design means generally what is instructions. The instruction normally that to be consisting of number of opcodes and operands whenever that to be embedded together for providing one objective, that is to be called as instructions. In case of MU0 simple processor, the instruction size that to be fixed in natures, that is 16-bit. Here the instruction to be divided into two blocks, one for the opcodes and another for the operands. Okay, here the opcode to be specifies the operation code, that means the operator, the functions, and the operand to be specifies whatever the raw ingredients or data value you have to taken off for performing the data manipulations. That means in case of MU0 processor, here the instructions size have fixed in natures, that's your 16 bits from 0 to 15. Here the opcode to be specifies 4 MSB most significant bit elements locations, and the operand to be occupies here 12 LSB, that means lowest significant bit elements for the address occupies. Okay, that's your instruction set design in case of MU0 simple processors. Here when all over the 12 LSB address to be specified for the operands, that operands to be non-implicit, that means you have to provide all over the data value on explicit ways. Okay, that's your instruction set designs. Now goes to the concept of instruction format. What is instruction format? Generally the instruction means the layout of the bits of the instructions in terms of its constituent parts. That means when we have to embed one opcodes and multiple number of operands into by using some addressing mode concept, here we have used the instruction format concept. Okay, generally when the instructions to be represented on different formats, it uses some basic components. The first one is the number of addressing modes. That means whenever we have to supply all over the operands or the data value, in this case how the data value to be specified, that to be normally represented by using your number of addressing modes. Now goes to the second basic elements, that's your number of operands, that means number of data value. As we know, the instruction always to be executed, always to be operate by using some data value, that's your operands. Now goes to the next term, that's your number of registers and number of memory. As we know, whenever the processor to be performing any types of data manipulation or calculations, here maybe that to be uses register or memory in case of microprocessors. Whenever you have to execute all over the raw ingredients data through the help of outside environment, here we have used the concept of registers. But whenever you have to fetching some data from the existing memory location for performing any types of data manipulations, here we have used the concept of memory. So that in case of instruction format, whenever we have to execute it, for the operand specification we have used the number of registers and number of memory. Now goes to the next term, that's your address range. That means in case of instruction format, whenever we have to allocate all over the operand value, how the operand to be addressed in between your internally memory location, that address bit to be calculated by using your address range. Now goes to the next term, that's your address granularity. That's very important. As you know, in case of MU0 simple processor, in this case the machine instruction that are fixed in size, that's your 16 bit. But whenever you have to execute any types of instruction that to be vast in size, maybe 32 bit long, maybe 64 bit in long, maybe 128 bit long. So in this case, all over the address space that to be divided into number of slot periods, that's to be called as address granularity and the format of 16 bit. Okay. Now goes to the types of instruction format. That means how the instructions to be represented and executed in between your computer systems through the help of MU0 simple processors, that to be normally implemented by using 5 types of instruction format models. The first one is the zero address instruction format. What is zero address instruction format? In case of zero address instruction format, in this case there is no address field to be used. In this case only the opcode to be used. So generally the zero address instruction format to be used in stack based computer systems where there is no address field to be assigned. So now to take an examples how different types of job to be executed by using zero address instruction format. Okay, suppose here the job expressions, that's your A plus B into that's your C plus D. That means now you have to convert it, now you have to execute it all over the expressions by using your zero address instruction format. So whenever any types of arithmetical expressions to be defined for execution by using zero address instruction format, first you have to convert this expression on the format of postfix. So now to convert it on the format of postfix. In case of postfix conversion, whenever you have to converting this given expressions, here first the operand to be specified, after that the operators. So now to be converting on the format of postfix. So that's your postfix notations. That's your postfix notations. After postfix notation, now you have to execute it by using zero address instruction format. As we know, the zero address instruction format to be follows the stack based concept. So here we have used the stack concept for executing all over the expressions by using zero address instruction format. We very well knew that the stack concept, whenever we have to execute any types of job, the stack to be provides two functions. One is the push function and another one is the pop functions. By using push function, you have to insert it all over the data value or any types of instruction codes. But by using your pop function, you have to eliminate, you have to delete the existing value from the stack. Okay. When you have to enter any types of data value, always the stack to be provides only one font, and that one font to be called as top of the stack. Okay. So now to check how that to be converted on the format of zero address instruction format. So first of all, you have to insert the data value, whatever the first value to be given. So now to insert the first elements by using your push function. So push the first operand value, that's your A. That means here the top of the stack that to be contains value, that's your A. Okay. After that, now insert the second operand value, that's your push V, because the V one type of operands. Suppose V. That means here the top of the stack to be holds the value, that's your B, as the stack to be provides only one font. Okay. Now to start to insert another elements, here the particular operator to be arrived. That means here the opcode to be used. In case of assembly code language, whenever we have to express all over the expressions, that expression to be normally represented on the format of alphabetically. So here you have used the opcodes, that's your additions. So now the stack of the top to be contains, that's your A plus B. Okay. After that, now again check which elements, which operands or opcodes to be arrived. Here one operands to be arrived. That means you have to insert the given operands. So now to insert the operands, that's your C. That means now the top of the stack that to be contains the value, that's your C. Now again to check which elements to be arrived, that's also one type of operands. That means here we have also used the push commands, push D. That means here the top of the stack that to be contains the value, that's your D. Now again check which elements next to be comes. In this case the plus, that means one opcode to be arrived. So that opcode is add. So now again writing the opcode add. That means here the top of the stack to be holds the data value, that's your C plus D. After that check which elements to be arrived. Also one type of opcode to be arrived, that's your multiplications. That means multiplications. Multiplication means in this case all over the elements means addition elements that to be multiplied. That means here the top of the stack to be contains value A plus V into C plus D. After all over the manipulation to be performing as the expression to be given, here the resultant outcomes to be stored in between a locations, that's your X. That means now we have to pop out all over the execution data. That means we have to delete it. So now writing the another functionality, that's your pop. That means here pop X. That means here X equal to top. That means all over the resultant outcomes you have to view up and also that to be eliminated automatically. That's the zero address instruction format manipulations. Now goes to the next term, that's your one address instruction format. That means in this case it uses one type of implicit accumulators and also one registers. Here the implicit means the procedure to be known that one of the operand that to be already stored, already assigned in between your accumulators, and another one type of register we have also used. And also in case of one address instruction format, here one opcode to be used and also one address field to be used. So now to take this example, this given examples, how that to be executed by using one address instruction format. So now to check how these expressions to be executed by using one address instruction format. As you know, in case of a one address instruction that to be uses one registers locations, that means one address location, maybe that to be registers or memory, and another one for of course. As it follows the accumulator concept, so here whenever we have to execute it all over the expression by using one address instruction format, so we use the concept of accumulators. So first we have to load the first data elements in between your accumulators. So load A. Load A. That means here the accumulator to be holds one of the operands that may be stored in between your register or memory. That means suppose here all over the operands that to be stored in between your memory. That means M of A. Okay. After that the plus signs to be arrives. That means the opcode to be arrives. That means you have to performing the additions. Here in case of assembly code, the plus symbols to be represented as the format of add. Add by using the second operand. That means here the second operand is B. That means when the summation, the additions to be performing by using two operands, the resultant outcomes to be stored on the accumulators. So here this meaning is accumulator equal to the previous accumulator value, that's your M of A, with the another memory value, that's your M of B. Okay. After that, now goes to the next calculation, next bracket calculations. Now again you have to load the first operands. That means here load C. That means again we have to require for storing all over the C operand value in between your accumulator, but previously the accumulator as holds the summation result of A plus B. So first we have to assigning all over the resultant calculation into another temporary locations. After that we have used the concept of accumulators. So before inserting the load data elements in between your C operands, so first we have to temporarily store it all over the accumulator resultant value. So now we have used the another types of opcode, that's your store. Store, that's your another types of operands we have to allocate, that's your T. That means here T equal to AC, that means all over the accumulator value that to be assigned in between your T locations. Now the accumulator is 3. So now we have to again load one type of operands in between your accumulator locations. So again we have to insert the second operands, that's your C, load C. That means here the accumulator holds the memory location of C operand value. After that the another types of opcodes to be arrives, that's your additions. Now you have to performing the additions by using the second operand which is to be stored in between your memory or registers. So RD, that means here also the accumulator to be stored all over the resultant outcomes of the memory of C location and memory of D location. That means whatever the previously accumulated to be holds the data value plus the memory of D locations. Okay. After that when the two addition mechanisms to be performed, then it to be performing the multiplication calculations by using two addition results. So now the particular opcodes to be arrives, that's your multiplications. So multiplication of T, that means whatever the resultant elements that to be stored in between your T location, that's your A plus B, that to be multiplied with the accumulator value which is to be holds the C plus D value. So multiplication of T, that means here AC equal to T M of T into accumulators, or otherwise accumulator equal to first whatever the accumulator value to be holds, then after that whatever the memory location T data value. Now the multiplication resultants to be performed. After that when the multiplication resultant to be performed, then that to be stored in between a location that is to be called as X. So now store all over the resultant outcomes of the accumulator on locations, that's your X. So store X, that means here all over the accumulator data that to be stored in between your X locations. Okay, this is the format of one address instruction format. Okay, now goes to the next concept, that's your two address instruction format. Two address instruction format means here on the replacement of accumulator we have to use one register or one memory location. That means in case of two address instruction format, here we have used one opcodes and two address fields. So now to check how this given expressions to be executed by using two address instruction format. As the two address instruction format to be used to register or to memory locations, so how all over the job to be executed. So now to check how these expressions, this given expressions to be executed by using two address instruction format. As the two address instruction to be used to address locations, one opcodes. So now to check how that to be executed. Here we have used two register, one is register R1 and another register, that's your R2. Okay, so now by using these two register, how these given expressions to be executed. First we have to movable the first operand on first register locations. So here we have used the move opcodes. That means the data to be exchanged in between one register to another registers. So move R1 of A, that means here the R1 location to be stored all over the data value of the A operands. Clear? After that now goes to the next term, that's here the opcode to be specified. That means here the opcode is add. That means here you have to add the given second operand value with respect to register R1. That means here add B. That means here R1 equal to previous R1 value plus M of B locations. Okay, now to goes the second case. In this case, first you have to arrive the operands. That means again you have to use the move commands. And the second operands that to be normally stored in between registers, that's your R2, in between registers. So here R2 equal to, that's your M of C, that means memory location of C operand value that to be stored in between your registers. Now goes to the next concept. Here the plus symbols to be arrives, that means the opcode to be arrives. So here the opcode is add with the second operand value, that's to be D. That means here R2 equal to previous R2 value plus with the memory location of D operands. That means here the second additions to be performed. Now we have to performing the multiplication mechanisms, that's your multiplication opcodes. So to performing the multiplication opcodes, that's you have to use the opcode multiplications of R1, R2. That means here R1 to be stored the resultant outcomes of A plus B, and the R to be stored the resultant outcomes of C plus D. So here the multiplications of R1, R2. That means here the R1 to be stored all over the multiplication resultant location value. That means R1 equal to R1 cross R2. Okay. After performing all over the multiplication mechanisms, it will be stored on a given locations, that's your X. That means here you have to movable all over the R1 value on given X locations. So whenever we have to express all over the instruction code on the format of assembly language, first we have to writing the opcodes, after that we have to writing the destination locations, after that whatever the raw operands. So here the destination location is X. So move X of R1. That means here X equal to R1, whatever the R1 resultant value to be stored in between these locations, that to be exchanged on given X location. So this is the format of to address instruction format. Now goes to the next concept, that's your 3 address instruction format. In case of 3 address instruction format, whenever we have to rewriting any types of programming codes, that programming code size is very small, but it contains the number of registers that to be increases. Okay, but in case of 3 address instruction format, it uses 3 address field, 1 opcodes. One of the address fields that to be used for the destinations and 2 address field for used for source operands. So now to check how the 3 address instruction format that to be executed any types of job. But generally this 3 address instruction format to be used for the commercial purpose. So now to check how this given expression to be executed by using your 3 address instruction format. Now to check how all over the data to be executed by using 3 address instruction format. As the 3 address instruction format that to be contains 1 opcode space and 3 address space. That means in this case the 3 address space may be that to be register or memory locations. Here one of the register or one of the address space to be used for the destination location, that means the resultant storage locations, and another the 2 operands address locations that to be holds source operand, that means whatever the raw ingredients for required for the data processing. Okay, that means here we have used 3 register or 3 memory locations. So now to check how all over the particular expression to be executed on the format of 3 address. So in this case directly you have to execute it whatever the opcodes. Why? Because it provides 2 operands, 1 opcodes. So here the 2 operands that to be used the 2 address space directly. So now to use the direct opcodes, that means add of, that's your R1 location where the resultant to be stored. Whatever the source operand, here the source operand to be directly provided, that means here A and B. That means here R1 equal to memory location of A operand value plus memory location of B operand value. That means here we have used the 3 address elements, 1 for resultant location, that's your R1, and 2 for the source operands, that means raw data through which the resultant to be produced, that's your A and B. After that, when one addition mechanism to be performed, after that the second braces elements to be executed by using your precedence rules. So here again you have to use the opcode, that's your add Then after that used another types of register, that's your R2, that to be stored the resultant calculation of two operands, that's your C, D. That means here the R2 to be stored all over the summation mechanisms of the m of C operand value plus m of D operand value. Okay, when the two addition mechanisms to be performed by using your precedence rules, then after that the multiplications to be possible. In this case the multiplications of course to be used, that to be performing the two resultant addition multiplications. So here the resultant multiplications here the resultant addition elements to be stored on a location R1 and on the given R2 location. So here R1, R2 locations, and here all over the resultant outcomes that to be stored in between a given location, that's your X. That means multiplication of X, R1, R2. That means here X equal to m of X equal to R1 into R2. So this is the expression of the 3-order instruction format. Now goes to the last term, that's your 4-address instruction format. So what is 4-address instruction format? That means the 4-address instruction format, whenever we have to use any types of job executions by using the previous result manipulations on iteration format, in this case we have used the concept of 4th address instruction formats. Okay, in case of 4-address instruction format, it uses 4 address space, 1 opcode space. That means here 1 opcode space and 4 address space, that's your R1, R2, R3, R4, okay, 4 address space, and that to be executed initially by using your 3 address concept. After that whatever the resultant outcomes to be generated, then it to be executed by using the next term through the help of the 2 address instruction format as shown on that to be executed. So on today's class this is all about. If any doubt or conflict in your mind, then you can ask me with the help of comment box. That's all. Thank you.